Hello friends and welcome back. Well, as you can see, it is still raining here. We have gotten so much rain the past few weeks. It's been crazy. And as I said on Instagram, honestly, I feel like I'm living in Ireland. Everything is a beautiful green. That is the best part of it. Things are blooming and you can tell spring has arrived. So because it has been so rainy all week, we have taken the time to do some indoor projects. I got a little bit of my weeding done here in the garden in between rain, but that's about it. So I have much more to do. But anyway, I am going to share with you today the change that we have made to our living room. And it is the last room in the house that we had not touched yet. So in some way or form, we have made changes to every room of this old house. And we decided to take the time, do a deep clean, and repaint it. And I'm going to share those changes with you today. The other thing I'm going to share with you today is a recipe. It was a chicken dish, and it just tasted like spring to me. I had gotten it from a cookbook that I purchased in one of my thrifting trips. I always love to find unique cookbooks, and this is one that had a lot of recipes in it that I was interested in trying. And I have to tell you, Mark gave it 2 thumbs up. It was so moist. So I thought that was just too good not to share. So I am going to show you how I made that real quickly, and then I will include the recipe also. So let's start with the chicken dish, and then we'll go ahead and go into the living room so I can share with you the changes that we made in there. So I hope you enjoy today's video, and let me know, friends, if you decide to try the chicken dish. I would love to know, and I would love to know what you thought of it. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's head into the living room for the big reveal. Here you go. It is now a green room. And funny enough, when you were in here originally, under the baseboards here, you could see, I'm going to show you where it was green at one point. A different green, what I would call a 70s green. But I just wanted to warm the room up a little. I apologize for the lighting. As you can see, the sun is trying to come out today. So I'm just kind of going in a circle to let you see a little bit of it. Let me just go over the room real quickly. Now the walls and the ceiling are actually a horsehair plaster, and you can kind of see that in the different textures throughout the ceiling and the walls. To me, that just adds part of the charm. This house is over 200 years old. So here's the fireplace. Now, when we started, Mark went around and he did all of the trimming of the green, and I started with the fireplace mantle, and then I did the trimming here and the lower panels. I chose to do the same exact colors that I had done in my dining room, just to make it easy. And I feel like it warmed it up a bit. I really like the mantle. So just to give you, I have a lot of reflection going, I apologize. A little close up of what is on the mantle. This is a fun little candle. Let me show you here. Okay, I just wanted to turn it on for you. It doesn't flash like this for whatever reason. Some things flash when on video, but it's like a little bubbler. It's a nice little soothing sound, and I love it at night, especially. As you can see, I use things that I sell in my store, and I have added them because I too love them. I actually have a few things around this room that I sell in my online store. Let's see if you can pick them out. We do have a pellet stove in here, and that is because the fireplace is not a working fireplace. So obviously we wanted to add some kind of heat in the house, and that's what we were advised by several people. We had a couple of people come out, look at it, because we really were hoping to get it to work. However, it was not possible. The other thing I wanted to point out is this is one of 3 rooms in our home that has Indian shutters. They do open and close. As you can see, we have this one still partially closed. In the winter, when it gets really cold, we do close those, and we have the option. We can either close the top, the bottom, or both, and it really helps with the warmth in the winter. Now, I wanted to just mention in my decor, I've told you before, the majority of my decor is thrifted. As you can see, you will notice if you go through my home, I love pictures of houses. I do have a lot of house pictures. I would love living there, wouldn't you? Look how cute that is. So I'm trying to get some close-ups without reflection. Here's another cute town. I had gotten this picture years ago. We stopped at a yard sale in Western Mass, and I've had that, I bet, 10 years. What I wanted to mention in my quote-unquote decor style, my goal for this room is I wanted to make it a little more cozy, and I chose to do that through color, through adding a little more color. This rug is a ruggable, and it is actually a William Morris print. So I chose to take a lot of my inspiration out of the colors in the rug. This is showing up gray. It's actually a green, which was my inspiration for the walls. This ottoman, we did purchase this. I love it because it does lift up for storage. And the reason we changed it out is now we have little ones in our life. And my JMP coats that I had in here just had hard edges, and this is nice and soft. So this is just how I chose to decorate this. I do have some coasters I'm going to be adding. This is actually pretty firm. And I'm going to put coasters on there for drinks. Now, in regards to decorating a home, my goal has always been to make it a cozy home. And I do that by surrounding myself with things that I love, as I'm sure many of you do. And this is an example. This cabinet has meaning to me. It may not necessarily be something that would fit in with a style. I would say it would be more of a farmhouse style. But it has meaning to me because Mark made the cabinet for me. It is out of a window and all of the wood from my grandparents' barn. And I have the cabinet filled with things that mean something to me also. These are paintings that my daughter did for me, my youngest daughter. This is just little shells that I had picked up in one of my ocean visits. I found this piece of birch. As you know, we are surrounded by birch here in New Hampshire, and I felt like it looked like the state of New Hampshire. I also have a good friend in Michigan who's an artist, and I have a couple of her small prints that I have chose to add to this. Here's another one that Emily had painted for me, and this is a wood burned piece of birch that I just loved. So these things, like I said, mean something to me, and it makes me happy when I look at these things. This quilt is another example. It is a quilt that my cousin made for me. She got into quilting after retirement and has made several, and I just love it. I love the colors, and look how it actually fits in with my new room. Obviously, I like greens. And here's just where I added my little succulent garden. These are my little brass house. I have the house and the bonsai tree. I do sell those in my store. I have several items. They're really fun. They're very delicate and dainty. I found those at a garden store originally here in New Hampshire, and I fell in love with them. So this is just a place to sit and relax. And a peek out my window, my miniature lilacs are starting to bloom. You can hear the birds chirping. A lot of times they do land here. It's just real pretty. It looks like this is right next to my window. However, it is not. There is a little walk space between the bushes and the house. We also, after we got done with the painting, we removed all of the slip covers off of our chairs, the sofa. I washed everything. I actually have a little hand shampooer. I shampooed the carpet. I got on my hands and knees and I washed all the floors, underneath the baseboards, everything. And it just felt so good having everything nice and fresh and clean. So there you go, my friends. This is our new living room. And I do have to say at night, it's just really cozy because I do have battery operated candles and that outdoor lantern. I used to have that above my mantle. And this little onion light actually has one of those rechargeable light bulbs in it. So we can control that through a remote. And it's just another added light here in the living room. Well, my friends, that's it for today. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.